I think many of us can relate to me saying that sometimes you study, but when you get to exam, you forget what you studied. You study something on a Tuesday, and on Friday you realize that you've forgotten what you studied only 3 days ago. Are there certain things that you can do, certain things that I'm doing to make sure that the amount of work that I have in medical school, I'm still able to remember it at the end of the year and for June when I have to write an exam that encompasses 12 months worth of work? Hey there, my name is FocuSee and I'm a medical student at the University of Free State, and in today's video I want to talk to you about the most efficient and effective tips and techniques to study. Now you can sack every single video that you've seen in the world about study tips, you can forget about it, you can sack it, you can forget every video that I've made if it means forgetting the tips that I'm going to share in this video. These are the 2 most important tips when it comes to studying, and I will dissect them in this video with you. Studying is something that gets very tiring, like it gets absolutely exhausting. No joke about that. Because one thing that no one likes is having to study the same thing over and over and over and over again. You study now the ventricles of the heart, the atria of the heart, you study the components that are inside it and stuff like that. And then you have to come back 6 months again, do it again. You have to come back, forget about 6 months, 6 hours later, you forgot it, you need to come back to it again. I'm not talking about anatomy. I have to look at the branches of the maxillary nerve. I have to come back and do them again for my two days of game, and then after that, hours before the test, I realize I've forgotten again and I have to do it again. It's very stressful. It's really stressful. But all of this can be minimized by following only 2 tips that I'm going to talk about in this video, and hopefully these tips help you. Before we get into the video, I'd like us to give a proud thank you to the sponsors of today's video.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the best thing you'll see today, taking your content creation to the next level with Focusy. Available on Windows and Mac, Focusy is a smart screen recording tool that allows you to record your screen with ease. Whether you're creating tutorials, showcasing software features, or recording gameplay, Focusy's screen recording feature has got you covered. With high quality video and audio, your recordings will look professional and engaging. Focusy is incredibly versatile because it can be used to record a lecture slide, the screen, and a voiceover on at the same time. And with no editing experience whatsoever, you can easily create stunning professional grade videos without the need for complex editing. The editing tool allows you to trim, cut, and arrange your clips with ease. Add transitions, effects, and annotations to make your videos more engaging. With Focusy's intuitive interface, you'll be creating professional looking videos in no time. The possibilities are endless. So what are you waiting for? Try Focusy today by checking out the link in the description box down below and learn more and start creating.
So the first tip or method that you need to do is something called active recalling. I'm pretty sure you've heard that before. If you haven't, I don't know which stone or rock you've been living under. But active recalling, let's break it down. By definition, active means to do something, like you're being active about it, you're not being passive. Passive listening is just sitting and hearing someone speak, but active listening is asking questions about it to try and understand. You're active, you're engaging. Recalling is to remember something, to recall, to call something back, to say, okay. So active recalling is to remember something actively, right? I don't know if that definition helps. If it doesn't, it's fine. But okay, with active recalling, what you're doing is taking a piece of paper, writing down the things that you remember. It's very easy to sit down like I can right now and be like, okay, what are the branches of the internal carotid artery? It is the anterior cerebral artery, it is the middle cerebral artery, and it's ophthalmic artery. But if I sit down, I take out a piece of paper and I write that down, and then I ask, okay, what are the branches of the ophthalmic artery now? I'll realize, I've forgotten them. Because if you say something about, it's so easy to stand here and say, okay, we have something called semicircular canals, and then we have 3 ossicles. You just say it out like that conceptually. I dare you to write it down on paper. Write down the process of hearing from the beginning on paper. You can say it out today. So the pinna collects the sound and then it enters here. If you write down, you will not write enters here. You need to know what here is. The auditory canal, the internal acoustic meatus, they call it. The auditory canal. So, not the external acoustic meatus, but either way, it doesn't matter. But what I'm saying is, actively recalling, writing something down forces your brain to say, hey Baba, we are supposed to know this. We are supposed to know this. I was saying this to someone the other day that the best way to let something stay in your long-term memory is to actively recall it. Because now you're telling your brain that, hey, this is something we need to know. This is something we need to know, not conceptually, but in depth. We need to know it in depth. We need to understand this, know it, know how to explain it. That is something that is very important. Actively recalling. The way that I do it is before I start a study session about maybe the nervous system, right? Let's say I was now just studying about the upper limb and I want to do the nervous system. What I do is before I start, take out a piece of paper, right at the top there, nervous system. Okay, so what do you know? Okay, the nervous system is composed of the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system has this, central nervous system has this. We have parasympathetic, sympathetic, autonomic, we have somatic, we have motor, we have all those things, the enteric nervous system, and. Now, when I'm writing that down, and I'm like, okay, autonomic is a branch of which system? Enteric system is a branch of which system? And I realize, I've forgotten. That thing, me being able to forget, I forgot which branch it is, that is only possible when you try to actively write it down. Because if I say it out loud here, I sound smart, and I convince myself, I gaslight myself into thinking, okay, so you know them. You knew the enteric, you knew the what, you knew the, but I dare you to write them down systematically. Look at it as nervous system, branch out, central, peripheral. Peripheral has motor fibers and somatic fibers. Central nervous system has what? Exactly. Now that I'm trying to look at it as a thing, I can't even see where enteric fits in. I've completely forgotten. You'll forgive me. But that's basically what I'm saying. Me writing it down is what allows me to actually see it. Oh, okay. Let me actually find an example for you. Let's be practical today. Let me show you something. So for those of you that are studying medicine or anything to do anatomy, you know that the abdominal aorta, which is the descending, so basically there's the heart, the arteries take blood away from the heart. So the abdominal aorta is basically the part of the arteries or the blood supply to the body that supplies the lower parts, rather the abdomen, that's the abdominal aorta. It has certain branches, right? It has a branch, the celiac trunk, it has the superior mesenteric artery and the inferior mesenteric artery, and those arteries have branches by themselves. It's easy to gaslight yourself by passively saying that, okay, the celiac trunk has these branches and this, and you forget something, you just know, all I know is it's in the celiac trunk. But to force yourself to actually write it down like this, I don't know if you can see this, to force yourself to actually write it down like that, to say, okay, there's this artery that branches out of this one branches out of this one, to be able to see it, or okay, this one comes out of this and goes to this and that and that and that. I did all this before I started writing, and then I checked where I got wrong and where I got things right. Now, you might be looking here and you realize that I'm getting everything right, which is what the next tip is going to explain. Why did I get everything right here and nothing is wrong? Which leads me directly into the second tip of this video, which is the second method of studying called spaced repetition. Spaced repetition, by definition again, spaced means in intervals. Repetition is to do something over and over again. So you do something over and over again in spaced intervals. Now, what is that practically? If I would try to find replicas of this paper, oh yes, actually this paper alone, it shows that on this side, I did exactly this, the celiac trunk, and I did it again on this side. So what I do here is basically, I'll say the rule around this is when people say, don't do it until you get it right, do it until you can't get it wrong. That's what I do. But spaced repetition. I learn now the branches of the abdominal aorta, and I set an alarm for 1 hour on my phone, and I study something else. I come back 1 hour later and the alarm says, hey, and then I try writing them down. I realize, I've forgotten something. And then I get like 60-something% out of all the marks. I do it until I get 100% like 4 times in a row. After that 1 hour, I continue studying something else, and then I come back after like 6 hours and I try the abdominal aorta again until I get it okay sharp. I set another alarm now for 12 hours that will ring tomorrow at this time. I cannot like that, but either way, 6 to 6. And then it rings at that time. Then I set another alarm after that is 18 hours later to try and remember this again. So this spaced repetition is basically trying to learn something, and then as I'm walking on the streets, I'm like, okay, what is the nerve supply to the anterior compartment of the forearm? Okay, it is the median nerve. If I realize that I've forgotten that, and then I'm like, Esa, what is it? Yo, what does that mean? That means we need to go back and check. Now, there is nothing more dangerous than a doctor who doesn't know what he doesn't know. It's very important to know what you don't know. It's better to know what you don't know than to think you know everything and realize that you don't know. So this method of spaced repetition, repeating everything in intervals, is something that helps me study and understand and learn things a bit better. Because if I did this thing, the abdominal aorta, this many times, you come to me and you ask me about it 6 months later, there are very high chances that I'm going to get almost everything correct, if not everything, as compared to someone who did it the night before and then they went to write the exam. Because there it's just a cram, pass and forget. So this thing that I'm doing, actively recalling my information and doing it in spaced intervals, is the 2 best tips I can give you when it comes to study. And so that has been KOKETSO giving you the best study tip, advices, or whatever that he can give ever. Out of every single thing that I've ever said, this is everything that overshadows every single thing that I've ever said. These are the best study tips that I've ever given in my life. Just these 2 tips, they are the best that I've ever given in this channel. So if you feel like you want to forget everything I've ever said, then these are the only 2 that must forever remain. These are the only 2 that must forever remain. Basically, when you recall your stuff, do it actively by writing down, and recall your stuff in spaced intervals. So don't do it until you get it right. Do it until you can't get it wrong. And let us know down in the comment sections how these tips worked for you. Let us know whether they helped you or they didn't help you. And let me know down in the comment section what video you want to see as well. But until then, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Stay happy and healthy. And let's continue passing. Peace.